Hey guys, it's brother in Christ Weston. Thanks for joining me today. So today's article comes out of End Times Headlines. Let's get into it. All right, you're gonna hear my son and my mom in the back playing. So if you hear loud noises and whatnot, it's a 6-year-old having the time of his life playing with his Meemaw. So um, doing all kinds of stuff out there. Gives me an opportunity to get a video in. So here we go. I watched this with my wife last night, and there's just something about this. Anyways, let's read. It says Marvin Sapp faces backlash after locking church doors until he raised 40,000. Now, I don't think he locked the doors. I think he said close the doors. I had to watch the video again, and I think he says close the doors. Doesn't mean he locked them. Don't know. But let's read. It says here, gospel singer and pastor Marvin Sapp found himself at the center of social media firestorm following reports that he locked the doors of his church during a service, refusing to let attendees leave until they collectively donated 40,000, which is nuts. The incident, which reportedly took place during a recent conference, has sparked widespread debate about faith, financial pressures, and the ethics of fundraising within a religious setting. Multiple news outlets and social media platforms have covered the unfolding controversy, with Sapp issuing a defense against what he calls exaggerated claims. Now, I've read the claims. I think he's either really playing on the defense, or it's something within his church, how they act in terms of black church. My wife is black, so I talked to my wife about this as well. She's like, this is how she still doesn't necessarily agree with it, but she understands the setting of how that works. Since I didn't grow up in black church, I didn't grow up in church at all. And my wife grew up in, I wouldn't say predominantly black church, but for part of her life she did. So she understands, what is it, that this kind of culture, I guess, exists, and rhetoric, let's say that works. It says here, according to the Christian Post, the incident occurred during a conference event where Sapp allegedly shut the doors of the sanctuary to ensure his fundraising goal was met. Attendees took to social media to express their shock, with some claiming they felt pressured. Okay, so people did. I haven't read the article, so people did feel pressured and even held hostage, which is not good, by the tactic. We didn't actually read it. I showed my wife the video of it because all I've watched is the video of it. One attendee in the account widely circulated on X, Marvin Sapp had locked his congregation in the sanctuary so he could help raise $40,000. Said he wasn't opening the doors until they hit their goal. The sentiment was echoed across the platforms, with outlets like the Shade Room reporting that the story went viral, accompanied by a video allegedly showing Sapp addressing the congregation about the offering. And this, we'll watch that in a minute. However, Sapp pushed back against these accusations. In an interview cited by the Christian Post, he denied holding anyone hostage, clarifying the doors were closed as a part of a planned effort to encourage during the service. But it's not the way he says it. It doesn't bode well whatsoever. It seems manipulative. It seems inauthentic. It doesn't seem like a move of the spirit. It doesn't seem organic. It seems coerced. It seems prosperity gospel. It gives off all the vibes of something you should not have in church, not being a cheerful giver, a forced giver. Okay, here we go.
Cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
It's not good, man.
We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. I think $20 is a lot of money. $20, believe it or not, when my late wife, Melinda P. Sapp, was alive, was a good date. I could take her to the movies, buy a box of popcorn, get one soda, 2 straws. I wasn't cheap. That's swag. I was looking in her eyes. She's looking in mine.
I get it.
Can't do that no more.
His congregation.
Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you.
I get it. I get it.
See. So put your 20 away, preachers. That 20 wasn't for you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it because I need to see 1,000 people moving.
That's nuts, bro.
Bring them baskets.
That's not good.
The baskets up here. I want to see the folk.
What?
Y'all start
Bro.
moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the. Take your phone and stick it on the bucket.
And he's giving money. That's great. That's great.
Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving it.
Why? So that's it. That's the video. The issue I have with it is his congregation understands that this probably happens. I get it. And that's not a bad thing if his congregation responds in said way, but the congregation always needs to reflect and keep in check a pastor for the heart of God. And you need to question that. Sapp in this light, isolated, it does not look good. His congregation looks to respond. He's even giving, which is great. We're going to point out the good things. The underlining issue of this message is that people felt coerced. And if this is the first time, maybe it's just a one-time offense. I get it. But there's something about this that doesn't say one time. It feels like when you're seeing at it, he's like, yeah, I raising $40,000 for this. Okay, bro, then maybe you don't have that many speakers. Maybe you don't have that many. Maybe they don't need that much. People don't need a lot of speakers. People need a good word that is full of sustenance and substance that you can eat and it can sit for a while, not just for a day, not for two, but for an entire week, an entire month, an entire lifetime. It's very important. And the reason why we have to watch this is because if you have to put out a statement about what you said, it probably was not good to begin with, and you didn't clarify, and the atmosphere was not organic at all. You should have known better, right, than to put something out like this that would then get demonized for that, because it doesn't look good. It looks like it's coerced. It looks like it's, hey, we need to raise this. Shut the doors. I've never heard somebody ever say that. Shut the doors. Shut the doors. Worship is giving. Giving is worship. Giving. No, hold on, bro. Whoa. I don't even think I've heard somebody say that. Giving is worship, but not in the context of when you're giving money like this and you just said shut the doors. That sounds like a hostage situation, and it doesn't sound good. And Sapp honestly should never do this again. But do you think he's going to? I don't know. This doesn't feel like a first time offense. It just feels like it's the first time it's made public. And that's when you have to start defending your actions, because you're like, hey, and this isn't good. Didn't it, he's like, I need to see you give it. No, you don't. If you're believing God for it, the substance of faith is the things hoped for, the things not seen, right? It's like faith is the things of hope for, the things not seen. So I'm thinking, like, if the Lord's going to move, I don't get to see the Lord's hand move, but it will move in strategic ways. This just didn't seem good. And it says right there, he says, it wasn't about lining pastors' pockets or anything like that. It was about allegedly showing, he said, the sentiment was across, blah, blah, blah. Where did I read that? Opening the doors and sentiment, lock the doors. It was a part of holding the event, whoever was there as well, and everything that was going on, venue fees, all that stuff. It was like, okay, well then next time you need to not do that if you need to ask for 40 G's, like, because they're trusting you with it. How many times have we seen churches misuse and abuse all of these things? The congregation's giving. Bro, you just put a limelight on it, and to think you're not going to get questions about it, like, I want to say better about this, but there's so much bad in this clip, and we don't want to be somebody who just isolates a single clip. This clip speaks for itself, though, even in the setting, like the way he said it, like you don't even need other things to understand at this point. Like, he didn't clarify. There's no other clarifying questions. It's just like, but the way you go about it is totally manipulation, and it does not feel good. And I cannot stress this enough. Cannot stress this enough. That's a prosperity, sowing a seeds type stuff. bro, you need to run, because there's always something that happens when people talk like that they try to hide it. This is like Benny Hinn situations, Paula White situations, anybody who does this kind of situations. And Sapp, it's not good. And I hope that he will not try and do this again. And yeah, this is a long video. Anyways, guys, if you like the video, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I could go on for hours about this. I'll see you in the next one.